Good morning, my beloved students, and welcome back to the second period of today's class, the reading of Paper Sons. So as we've said, that Paper Sons started because of two important things, because of the Chinese Exclusion Act, which banned Chinese or prohibited Chinese people from sending for their families to join them in the United States, and because of the major earthquake and fire that destroyed the whole of records and all the papers of the government. Okay, so because of those two things, the Paper Sons started. The Paper Sons is started. Okay, so when I ask someone a question like Yusuf Khalid,
Hi, Mister.
Yusuf, why did Paper Sun started? Why?
The paper sun
Why did it
started
start? Yes, why the movement of Paper Sons started? Because?
Chinese laborers from sending for their families to join them in the United
Very good,
States.
because the Chinese laborers couldn't send for their families to join them in the United States. So they had to come up with a plan, right?
Yeah,
To send for
United States.
their families to join them in the United States. They had to come up with the plan. The Chinese are very smart, so they came up with a brilliant plan. This plan is called the Paper Sons. This plan is called the Paper
Myself?
Sons. Yes, this is a plan.
Mister,
Yep.
I want to say something. How they came from China to United States?
The first people came from China to the United States to work there. Their visas were approved and then they worked in the United States, okay? But when they wanted to get their families, the government said,
No.
no, you can't do this. So they came up with
With idea.
an idea, very good, to get their
Children and their families.
very good, their families and their children. Very good, their families and their children. And you will soon to know, Muhammad, that not only their families and their children, but also, you know, relatives, friends. Got it?
Yeah, yeah.
You will know
But
now.
from China to United States is like
From China to the United States, okay?
it is so it's so
So
long.
now I have another question. I will send it on the chat and then you try to tell me what is that. Okay.
But they go.
How did the Chinese Exclusion Act made it necessary to create Paper Sons? And how the 1906 earthquake made Paper Sons possible? Now, the Chinese Exclusion Act, what did it say? It says that no one will send for their families, right? So the Chinese will come up with
Idea.
an idea. Very good. And the earthquake and fire helped them or not?
Help. So what?
Help them. By how? By destroying
The paper.
the government's paper. Very good. The government's paper. Very, very good, guys. Very good. This is your answer. Here. See, my answer is that the act made it hard for Chinese people to emigrate to the US. So they pretended to be related to someone already in the US. The earthquake destroyed records, so people were able to make up information. They were able to lie to the government, and the government believed them.
But I think sometimes the government after years, I think they will know they cheat.
Maybe they will know, maybe they don't. We don't know that, okay?
Yeah. Okay, thanks first.
Okay. Okay, here, let me read passage number 3. Sometimes the son was truly related, and sometimes the son might be a nephew or another relative. Often, the identity was sold to an unrelated person who lived near the father's Chinese village. When a paper son bought an identity, he also purchased a coaching book or notes that provided both the questions and answers that might be asked during immigration processing. The paper son's job was to memorize the answers. Paper son documents were worth thousands of dollars. Families borrowed money to make it possible for a child to make the trip. It often took several years of hard work to repay the debt. Okay, so may I ask Abdulaziz?
Hi, Mr.
Hello, Abdulaziz. Must the paper son be the true son?
What?
Must the paper son, is the paper son the true son of the father?
Yes.
No.
No, I'm sorry, no.
Yes, I know it's confusing, guys. I know it's confusing, but look at the chat, please. Okay.
Okay.
We have someone who is the father who works in the US. Okay. He wants to get some people from China. So what does he do? He goes back to China and gets 2 children, for example. Those children might be his children or his nephews or just his friends or just his neighbors. Got it?
Got it.
And he tells the US government that those are my sons. So how will the government make sure that they are his sons? They will ask him. What?
No, sorry, complete.
Yes,
Complete.
the government will ask him lots and lots of questions. Okay? So if the paper son answered correctly, so the government will say, yes, you are his son, you can enter the US. But if the paper son answered in a wrong way, so the government will say, you are not his son, you are lying, and you will be deported back to China. Did you get it now, guys? Did you get the whole idea?
Yes.
Yes. So the paper son was just a boy.
Yes.
Was any boy or any girl. The man who's working in the US is not his real father, is not his biological father. It's just a man, but he's just lying to the government. Got it now?
Yeah, I got it.
I need to know that you got it, guys. Please tell me in the chat, did you get it or not?
Mr. Why they didn't lie to the to bring their family?
Why they lied?
No, what they must bring their families from China.
Yes, they lied. They lied because of the what?
You say they lied for any son.
Yes,
Why
they lied for other sons. Yes, they lied for other sons. Yes.
Why they didn't lie to their son?
No. They got their sons and they got more people. Got it?
Oh, okay.
They got
more
their
people.
families and they get other people. Whenever they
Help.
travel to China, they get
They mean
other people. Got it?
Help other people.
Yes, they help other people go where? Go to?
No, United.
The United States. Very good. Hamza, what didn't you get? I need you. Please unmute yourself.
Mr.
Hello, Miss.
Hello, Hamza. What is the matter
Hello,
here? Hamza.
Yes, Mr.
What didn't you understand exactly, please? I need to know. What?
The China Act.
The what? The Exclusion Act? I can't hear you really. I can't.
Mister, your sound is lagging.
Okay, Hamza, I'm here now. I still can't hear you. Okay,
Mister,
then.
your sound
So,
is not lagging,
Mister, his
but
sound is so good. I think the internet in his is so bad.
okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
here, we now know that the father brought people or children to the US. And for doing so, was it cheap? I need to ask Abdurrahman Syufi. Abdurrahman, yes, in passage 4, read
Yes.
the first sentence.
Paper, son, documents were
Documents,
worth
yes.
documents were worth thousands of dollars.
Yes, thousands of
Families
dollars. So
borrowed.
was it cheap? Was it cheap, Abdurrahman? To make a paper sun, was it cheap?
What means cheap?
Cheap, not expensive.
No.
It was what? Was it expensive?
Yes.
Yes, it was expensive. Very good. It was expensive to send someone where? To the United States. It was expensive to send someone to the United States. Now I have a question here, guys. I have a question. You have to read paragraph number 3 and answer this question. Okay, I will send it on the chat. What was the paper? Oh, sorry. What a paper son had to do. Okay, you have 2 minutes. Read paragraph number 3 and you will find out the answer. Send the answer on
number 4
the chat box. Yes, read paragraph 3.
and 4.
No, just 3. Just 3.
Okay.
Mister, I know it.
Type it on the chat. Use the chat box.
Okay. That's easy. I sent you the answer, Mister. Did you see it, Mister? I
Yeah.
sent you the answer.
Yes, I can see it.
Is it the right one or what?
Just a minute, please.
And me, Mister.
Is it the right answer, Mister, or what?
Malik, if you got it, I will tell you on the chat also.
I got it. I got it.
Okay, then.
But I don't know if it's right or not right. I'm asking you, is it right or what?
Malik, you didn't send me. Yes, Malik, it's right.
Okay. That was easy.
Mister, you see my
Mister, you see my?
Yes.
That's right.
Guys, the right answers I sent great. So whoever I sent great to has a correct answer. Okay, that's great actually. All the answers are, they are wonderful. Okay, so a paper son, the paper son's job was to memorize the answers. Because they will ask him lots and lots of questions, right? So his job to memorize the answers, to tell them, to convince the government that he is the man's son, right?
But Mister,
Yes,
how
Malik.
how they know the answers? Did they have the
Yes,
book?
that's a great question. How do they know the answer? Did you read the passage?
Yeah. They have a book that.
Very good. They have a book. Very good. Very, very good. They have a book. They memorize the book, and then they tell the answers to the government, and then they say, okay, you are their son. Oh, no, you are not their son. Okay.
Mister. What's the meaning of coaching book?
Coaching book is like the training book. Okay.
That's the book that they
They
got
memorize.
to-
That's the book that they
Yeah.
memorize. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Very good. So
But
the
from where
paper
they got
son's
the
job
book?
was to memorize the answers. Why does he do that? To convince the government that he is the son of this man. But in real life, is he his son?
No.
No. Very good.
Mister,
He is
but
not.
first of all, from where they got the book?
From what I don't know from where they got the book, really. I don't know.
That's
Okay.
a good question also.
Yes. And was it cheap, everyone? Was it cheap to
No.
become a paper son?
Oh,
No.
It was very
Difficult.
expensive.
expensive. Very good. It was very expensive to be a paper son.
many
Yes, it took several years of hard work to repay the debt.
What?
It costed like 10,
Mister.
10 Lamborghini hurricanes. It
So
costed around
the
5
people had
hurricanes.
go to the place where they ask the sons if they're his son. They get lots of people there.
He gets lots of people. Yes, he gets lots of people.
Even
Mister,
the
sometimes
government didn't think or little think that they're cheating.
Yeah,
Well,
they
they are
thought,
still
but
alive.
what can they do? They have no paper, right? They have
Is
no
that
paper.
the pictures of the authors, Mister?
Now,
Is
as
that
you can
Mister?
see here, as you can see in the pictures, Omar Ahmed.
Mister,
Just a minute, please.
to pay,
Yes, Mister. I'm
Uh,
sorry.
Omar, here, what can you see in those two pictures?
Chinese people.
Chinese people, very good. The first one is who?
His name is Louis Shari Kim.
Sher
age
Kim,
40.
very good. And the second one is?
Louis Sharigan, paper father.
Louis
Shari-
Sher Jung, very good. It's Louis Sher Jung, very good. Now, this one has a what? He's dressed in a what?
Dressed in a.
Is this the Chinese way of dressing or the American way of dressing?
American way of dressing?
And what about this man?
Chinese way.
The Chinese, very good. So as you can see here, this man is this kid's paper father. Does that mean that he is his real father?
No.
No, very good, great guy.
No.
Mister, the shape of him is
Yes,
Mister,
he is
I
not.
have a question.
Yes, Shari.
Why the police don't see the family name?
Because they have no papers. Remember the fire and the
the
earthquake?
paper destroyed. The paper destroyed.
Great, Muhammad.
It
Very good.
become
Very, very
ashes.
good.
It become ashes.
Yes, Bilal, you had a question. What was your question?
Sometimes it could possibly like take five
Mister, I have a
five
question.
Lamborghinis Huracans to do like one immigration, and that would be one of them is 200,000. So if you do the math, that's 11 million.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Yes.
I
So
think
here, just a minute, Muhammad,
immigration.
please. Just a minute. Okay. So here we now know from the picture, that this one is a paper father to this guy. So guys, I have a question. Now, this part here, let me annotate it so that you know. All of this part, what is it called?
Paper son.
Is it called a main idea or details or text features? Huh?
Details.
Text feature. This is
Text feature.
Text picture.
text features. Very good, guys, because it has pictures. Because it has pictures. Very good, guys. Very good. So we know. Now I need you to do something here. I need Omar Al-Saba.
Yes.
Omar, here. Why do you think this boy is dressed in an American way?
American. Wait a second.
Why do you think that? Now, let me ask you a question. If you're going to China, okay?
Okay.
And you want to be a citizen there, someone is taking you and he's saying that you are his son. Will you be dressed in the way that we dress or the way that the Chinese dress?
Oh, wait, we dress.
The way we dress, really?
Chinese dresses, maybe Chinese dress.
Chinese. The way the Chinese people dress. Why? To convince the government that you are what? Chinese. Very good. This is the same here. Louis Sherkim was dressed in an American way to convince the government that he is
American.
American. Very good, Omar. Got it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
That
sir.
is it exactly. He was dressed in an American way to show the government that he is American. Okay, let me read this part, please. Oh my God, this is too tiring. 14-year-old Louis Sher Kim arrived at the Angel Island Immigration Station from Guangdong Province, China in 1916. He had traveled alone on a journey that took nearly a month to cross the Pacific Ocean. He had little schooling, no job skills, and no place to live. And he didn't speak any English. Yet, his family pinned all their hopes on him to become a success in America. His father made sure he even looked American in his passport photograph by making him wear a suit and tie. Okay. Rakan Khalid.
Hello.
Hey Rakan, who depended on this little boy? On Louis Sherkim. Who depended on him?
Kim.
Yes, who depended on him? Who sent him to America? Did he come with his family? Who paid the money to send him to America? Okay, it feels like you are muted now. Shatam, tell me please.
Yes, sir.
Who paid the money to send him to America?
Louis Sher Jung.
Huh? Probably who? Probably who paid the money? Huh?
Louis Sher Jung, right?
Really? Really?
Yeah.
His family paid the money. His family paid all the money for him to become in. To go where?
American
To go to
citizen. America.
America. Very good. Now, Shatam, do you think that a 14-year-old guy can go from China to the US?
Actually, this is like not that possible for me.
Yes, so he must been what? He must have been
I think he
afraid.
must be smart.
He must have been afraid, right? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yes, but he has lots of what? He made it alone.
Answers.
Lots of what?
Answers, right?
Lots of courage. Lots of bravery. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, great. Yes. Just a minute then. Yes, this is page 22. Okay. So let's complete. But Louis Sher Kim really had two fathers, or so it seemed. The Chinese Exclusion Act, in effect from 1882 to 1943, stopped all Chinese laborers from entering the United States. Only diplomats, merchants, students, teachers, visitors, and those claiming US citizenship were able to enter from China. To get around the law, many immigrants from China claimed to be related to a merchant or a US citizen on paper only. This is very important. They claimed to be related to him on paper only. On paper only. Very good. On paper only. Very good. Now here, we need to highlight this, the supporting details that support that Louis Sher Kim wanted to become an American, and everyone around him wanted him to become an American. The first detail goes where? It goes exactly here. It goes exactly here that his father made sure he even looked American in his passport photograph by making him wear a suit and a tie. Okay. And the second one, that he had two fathers. One real father and one on what? One on what? Paper, very good. One on paper, very good. So he had two fathers, one real father in China and a paper father in the US. And his father wanted to make him look American, so he dressed him in a tie and a suit. Great, great, great. Okay. So this is how Louis was a paper son. Let's go here on page 23. Okay, here. Sher Kim became a paper son of Louis Sher Jung in America. Sher Jung was a US citizen born in San Francisco who frequently traveled to China. Sher Kim's father made arrangements to have Sher Jung claim Sher Kim as his son. In the village where their two families lived only 2 houses away from each other, everyone was related. Sher Jung had known Sher Kim since birth. At Angel Island, officials detained Sher Kim. They interrogated him and shared junk. They asked questions after question about their family history and their village's layout. Once satisfied with the answers, Sher Kim was allowed entry to America. He received his certificate of identity, which stated he was admitted as the son of a native. Okay, so was it easy, guys? Yusuf Hani,
Yes, mister.
was it easy for Sher Kim to go to the United States?
No.
No. What
It's not
difficulties did he face?
difficulties.
Yes.
Okay.
Mister, I have a
He
question.
admitted.
What was the problems that he faced?
Mister,
Mister, I have a question.
Mister got admitted.
He was admitted?
He was got admitted.
Mister, I
Yazan,
have
can
a
you help
question.
us, please?
He must
Mister,
go admitted.
He must be admitted, yes, but how?
How?
Yes. Yazan? Hello, Yazan. Can you tell me what problems did he face? Did Sher Kim face?
What?
What problems did Sher Kim face? Mhm.
Face, okay. The many shirkim here in the paragraph.
Mhm. Okay, so he faced two problems, guys. The first one is that officials detained him. Detained means they kept him. They kept him in a place, okay? And the second one, they interrogated him. They asked him lots and lots of questions. Imagine a 14-year-old going to a new country with a new language and then taken into a place and put there, and then people, lots of people asking him lots of questions, and if he got one question wrong, he will go back to China. So aren't these challenges? Aren't these great problems?
Big problem.
They're way too
Mister,
much.
I have a question.
Yes, what's your question?
My question is, Mister, how who launched the explosion? That
What explosion?
I mean the who launched the fire? Who made the
No,
fire?
the
Actually,
fire was on its own.
it is
I will tell you the
earthquake.
tale of the fire later. I will tell you the tale of the fire later.
It's an earthquake, mister. How?
Yes, there's an earthquake
It's
and there is a
earthquake.
great fire. You can read, I will send you a story about the great fire. Just first, here he faced two challenges. The first one was to be put in a room alone, being detained. And the second one is being asked lots of questions in a country that he doesn't know. And the people spoke a language that he didn't also know. So he was so afraid, so nervous, but he got all the answers correct and was admitted to the United States as a son of a native, Here, as you can see, this is Sher Kim's wife and children. They were detained at Angel Island. Okay. Now the girl here is holding a book. That means that she wants to learn, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good. Yes. We will leave this until later, page 25, because we don't have enough time. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for this amazing period. I really hope to see you again tomorrow. And goodbye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Mr. See you tomorrow.
Bye.